Shalom and welcome to the Sukkah Project Workshop down in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Back in 1996, I developed the original klutz-proof sukkah kit as a way to enable a family anywhere to build a sukkah that's attractive, sturdy, and affordable. Our typical customer has never built a sukkah before. In fact, many of them have never built anything before. They may not even own any tools. So they're looking for a way of doing a sukkah that's so simple that they're sure they're going to succeed. They certainly don't want to fail at it, and they don't want anybody to get hurt in the process. Our kits do that. They're as simple as can be. We've sent thousands of these kits to every corner of North America. We've had lots of feedback, and all of it has been very helpful and very favorable. This is our wood frame sukkah kit. It's made with standard construction lumber that you can get at any Home Depot or similar store. Ordinarily, you'd have to be a pretty good carpenter to put up a frame like this, something that's sturdy like this. But with our special braces, anyone can do it. All you need is a screwdriver, and you just need to know how to use it. The braces attach at each corner and hold the vertical and horizontal pieces at perfect right angles to one another. It takes about 2 hours to put a frame like this up the first time you do it. And after that, it's a lot quicker, taking it down and putting it up, because all of the braces stay in place on the verticals permanently. It's not a lot of work every time you do it. Once you have the frame up, then you have a lot of options with the wood frame kit on how you're going to cover the walls. On our website, we have a sukkah gallery that's filled with pictures customers have sent us of the ingenious ways they've covered their sukkahs. You can use fabrics, you can use lattice, you can use plywood, somebody used corn stalks. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. This sukkah we have covered with our own sukkah screen material that's made special for us, specifically for use on the sukkah. It's available in all the sizes of our different kits, and it attaches very easily top and bottom using elastic bungees. Goes up quickly. If you buy the wood frame kit, it will come in a box this size. That does not include the wood. You'll have to pick that up locally. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But this box will contain everything else you need, the wall material, the fittings, the instruction manual, and so on. This is the lumber that we're going to use to build the 8x8 foot wood frame sukkah. We don't ship lumber because it would be way too expensive to do so, and this is the kind of wood that you can buy at any building supply place in your town. If you own a van or a station wagon or an SUV, you'll have no trouble transporting this material. This is our tubular sukkah kit, in this case an 8-foot by 12-foot model. And it is the ultimate in klutz-proof design. You could be the biggest klutz in the world and you'd still be able to do this with no trouble. The sukkah is put together using steel pipe that's a nice combination of strength and lightweight, and the pipes are slipped into fittings, steel fittings at each corner, and then you tighten the fitting like this with your thumb and forefinger, and that's it. You don't need any tools. This is a very good project if you want to involve your children, because they can really participate in every aspect of building and really feel they have a role in putting it up. In fact, kids can probably do it themselves if they're old enough. Once you have the frame up, the walls attach in the same way as with the wood frame sukkah kit, using expandable bungees that keep the fabric nice and taut. And then for the roof, we have bamboo poles that are attached with releasable cable ties that keep it in place and keep the poles from falling into the sukkah below. All of our tubular kits come with the wall material included, but you need to specify whether you want our standard sukkah screen material or our canvas material. Which one's better? Well, they're both good. It depends on where you live, really, and what your needs are. If you live in a warm climate, this is what you want. It has good airflow, you can see through it, it's easy to keep clean, it's a wonderful material for a warm climate. If you live where you get icy winds, you might want to consider the canvas because it provides a complete windbreak and also visual privacy. If you live in a city and you don't want people to see inside your sukkah, this is what you would want to get. The final step in preparing your sukkah is laying on a roof covering, or schach. The schach is an important part of the sukkah, and it's necessary to do it right. It needs to be made of entirely organic material, and you need to put enough of it on the roof so that you have more shade than sun coming into the sukkah. But still, you need to be able to see through the leaves and everything to see the stars at night. One way to do this is to go out in your yard and prune bushes, or go into the woods and lop off some branches, and then you can place these in a grid over the top of your sukkah like so. This works fine. The only problem is that you're going to need a lot of branches to cover a sukkah of this size, probably 5 or 6 wheelbarrow loads of that size to cover this sukkah. The other thing is that over the course of a week, the leaves are probably going to dry out and start falling into the sukkah, and that's really not supposed to happen. The other approach to covering a sukkah is to use bamboo mats that are manufactured specifically for the purpose of covering a sukkah, and that have rabbinical authority approval. The mats that we use are made with bamboo slats. They're woven together with monofilament fishing line so that they will stand up for a long time. You can use these over and over many years. They don't seem to wear out. And they roll up for easy storage between uses. We send 2 mats of this size for covering a sukkah that is 8 by 12. And all you need to do is unroll them on the roof and you're set to go. Okay, so you've decided you're going to build a sukkah. First thing you're going to have to consider is what size does it need to be. A good starting point is to figure out where the sukkah is going to stand. All of our kits are freestanding, so you can really put them anywhere you want. They'll go up fine on grass, on a deck, on a patio. You can even put them up against the wall of a house. In fact, that's a good idea because the closer you can get the sukkah to your kitchen, the happier you'll be going back and forth many times during the holiday. As long as you can look up and see the sky and not another structure, it's kosher to put a sukkah in that spot. We always build our sukkah here on our deck, and we line up the doorway of the sukkah with the doorway that goes into our dining and kitchen area. Another consideration is what size table you're going to be using. For example, we are going to be using this 6-foot round table in the center of our sukkah and build a sukkah around it this year. For a 6-foot table like that and all of the chairs that go with it, a 12 by 12 foot square sukkah is an ideal choice. Let's look at a couple of other examples of matchup between table size and sukkah size. Here we have an 8 by 8 sukkah, and there's a standard size card table set up with 4 chairs in there. As you can see, there's plenty of room to move around in this sukkah, and it will easily accommodate more than 4 people. If you'd like to accommodate more people in this sukkah, you can do so by putting in a larger table, running the end of the table all the way to the back wall, and then you can fit maybe 3 people on each side and a person at the end. So you have a capacity of up to about 7. This is the next size up from the 8 by 8 sukkah. This is an 8 by 12. And we sell as many of this size sukkah as all of our other sizes combined. This 8 by 12 sukkah is set up with a 6-foot long table. This is actually a little longer than 6 feet long, and it's set with 10 place settings, which is pretty comfortable. People can move around, get to their seating. You could probably put an 8-foot table in here, put the end up against this wall, and maybe get another 1 or 2 people into it if you need to. Whatever size sukkah you order, you don't need to worry if your needs change in future years and you need it to be a bigger or smaller sukkah. We have expansion kits that can provide the size sukkah that you need. We also make custom kits, so if what you're looking for doesn't match up with what you see on our website, we'll be happy to design something that is suitable for what you need. You just need to contact us soon because those require more time to build. Probably the most wonderful thing about building a sukkah is that you get to decorate it. And people have developed endless ways of decorating a sukkah. But the challenge always is that a sukkah gets wet, it gets rained on, and whatever you put up is going to get wet. Back in 2003, we addressed this by inviting Judaic artists to design sukkah banners for us that we could print on waterproof fabric for hanging in the sukkah. You can see two examples here by Sharon Binder from Jerusalem and Tamara Messer from Haifa. Each year we add new artists, new designs, and we really have a very nice collection now that you can choose from. Another approach to weatherproof sukkah decorating is the use of artificial fruits and vegetables, which can be hung from the roof of the sukkah. An added advantage of these is that squirrels and other pests will not be interested in these at all.